to another episode of Stronger Than Before. So I'm just getting ready to go to the gym. This is my first gym session back. So I'm now 13 weeks tomorrow post-surgery. Yesterday I had a physio session and just kind of been given the all clear, which is awesome. So I'm heading to the gym, very, very lightweight. I'm doing machine-based exercises. My hair looks very good today. And followed by my rehab, and I'm also going to do 40 minutes on the bike as well. So it took me a while to get last episode uploaded because I was a bit staggered with my footage. We are now, I think, 3 weeks since that first vlog, which has been uploaded today, and I need to give you a little bit of an update. Diet has been a little bit of a shit show, but today marks 10 weeks until we go to France. So my head's screwed on. I'm documenting every single day on my Instagram to keep me accountable. This week, so it's Friday today, this week has been phenomenal. The weekdays haven't been my issue, it's been the weekends. It seems to be 7 o'clock on a Sunday night that we order a takeaway. So I will keep you up to date. If you're interested in seeing what I'm doing day to day, head over to my Instagram at Emma J Moorcroft. So I'm gonna get to the gym, I'm gonna film it for you, I'm gonna film it on my phone and insert the footage. If you're new here, give me a thumbs up. If you're old here, give me a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button and drop a comment below and let me know where you are in the world. Welcome to the series Stronger Than Before. Happy Monday! It is the first Monday of March and your girl's got a cold. Like, what the fuck? So, I'm just heading to the gym now. I'm gonna do some bike and my rehab. A little bit to catch you up on. Did my first training session last week, which was amazing. I can't remember if I told you this, but my nan fell over last week and she cut her head open. I had to get the paramedics out, stabled her head. We ended up in A&E. Long story short, I think this is where I picked up the cold when I was in A&E with my nan on Thursday. So yeah, definitely should have wore a mask. But anyway, check-ins are done. Clients have a plan of action for the week, which is exciting. They know exactly what they need to be doing now for this whole week. But FYI, if you ever worked with a coach and you've always thought, well, why do we only speak to them on check-ins? You're not working with the right coach. I've had that experience before. It's not a great experience. I speak to my clients daily. We chat shit daily. We literally hash things out on a day-to-day basis, because the more your coach knows you, what makes you tick, how you feel, what you're doing, your mental state, the more they can help you progress. So yeah, I'm constantly sliding into my clients' DMs, making sure they know what they're doing, they're having a great day, and I'm there to support them through any struggles they might be having on that particular day, rather than waiting 7 days until the next check-in. So if you feel like you need accountability, like proper accountability, not just one check-in a week, drop me a message. There are spaces open to work with me on the one-to-one coaching team, as well as my membership. There are only just trying to count, 3 spaces for the membership. The membership is capped at 10 ladies because there's only so many people that I can work with, and there are 6 spaces open for my one-to-one coaching, which is the body confidence program. So drop me a message, details are below. So heading to the gym to do about 30 minutes on the bike, my rehab, come home, give Maya a little bit of a walk, have a snack, which is my yogurt, protein, etc., and then get ready to go to my acting class tonight. Can't remember if I told you, but this is something that I wanted to recommit to. Haven't done any form of acting in like 10 years, but it's like my goal this year to do more stuff for myself, stuff that I love, and acting is one of those things. So I attend a weekly acting class, so that is fun. Don't get home till about 9:15 though, so it will be quite late. A little bit of food and then straight to bed. Full force, got my coffee. I've lost my house keys by the looks of it. Where the bloody hell are my house keys? Got them. Right, so I've got my coffee, I've got hot squash. It's not that I feel like terrible, I just feel like really bunged up, so I'm gonna have a nice little sweat on the bike to help me, and hopefully I'll be feeling a lot better. Good morning. It is a glorious day. How beautiful. I'm just heading to the gym. It is currently Tuesday the 4th, I want to say. Heading to the gym for a PT client. Got up and seen the most beautiful sunrise this morning. Not from walking, but from the house. So we've got a balcony on our bedroom, and we're on the sort of 3rd floor. So it was stunning. Had my coffee, and it was just lovely to watch. And then I took Myra out at 7:30 for a walk. Got in around 6,000 steps, which was great. Really vibing, being able to get lots of steps in now because I've taken the pain medication, which that reminds me I need to phone the doctors and get more. So got my coffee. Where is it? All the caffeine. I slept last night, but it was one of those weird ones where I feel refreshed, but I woke up loads of times because I couldn't breathe. But I can breathe a little bit better now. So yeah, I'm gonna have a little bit of a sweat on the bike. Might even try the cross trainer. We'll see. Should be okay because I have taken my pain medication. So yeah, that is my morning. Dog walk done. PT client. Gonna train. It is pancake day. I'm gonna be cooking pancakes later, and lots of admin. Got a couple of client check-ins left over to do, and content. Need to plan my content for the next 2 weeks, and that is it. And then there's something coming. There's something coming, guys. I'm not gonna say what because I'm gonna be dropping it on my Instagram. So if you don't follow me, head over to @EmmaJMoorcroft and give me a follow. How are we doing? I'm just doing some tidying, and I'm making some protein pancakes and a lemsip, well, the cheap version. And I thought I would talk to you through my fat loss from last year and all of the key things that I did to drop 25 pounds of body fat, and how different it's going to be these next 10 weeks in comparison to the 10 months I worked on my fat loss last year. So fat loss, I think I started, it was like the end of the 3rd week of January, and then I finished the end of November. So technically February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. Yeah, 10 months basically. So last year I was very conservative with my fat loss. And as you've already seen, starting photo last year and then end photo. And I'm just going to leave these on the screen while I talk about this. And I was really, really happy with my progress last year. It was done very sustainably. It was done in a way that meant I went on holidays 3 times. I ate out or had a takeaway nearly every week. And it was just a gradual approach towards fat loss. Now, I wasn't in a deficit the entire time. There were weeks that I didn't spend in a deficit. So I dieted last year, and you can go back and watch the series that I did, which was this Strong Girl? No. I'll put the name of the series on YouTube from last year, on here from last year. Anyway, better check my pancakes before they burn. I'm gonna quickly show you. We've also got this new frying pan as well. So I'm gonna put some Biscoff and frozen fruit on top of this. I'm just gonna flip my pancake. We bought new pancake pans, so I'm gonna record this as well on my phone. Here we go. Oh, yes, nailed it. Okay. Oh my god, my nose, honestly, like, is constantly tickling. I hate being ill. Just adding some sweetener, making it look all pretty and snowy to my pancakes. So good news, guys. I just spoke to the GP, and they're happy to give me more painkillers basically for my back. So whilst recovering, literally just like doubling up on content. Whilst recovering, I've been told, as you know, that I need to stay on hormone pain relief to help ease the pain, which I'm gonna take now because it was so sore when I was in the gym this morning. I literally just want to chop my nose off at this point. So I'm only going to take my codeine because I'm having a lemsip, and obviously there's paracetamol in that. So, you can't see me. Can you see Maya? Maya, look, don't hide. She's camera shy. So, getting back to it, talk about where I was. Do apologise, got sidetracked by my pancakes. So I'm going to eat this whilst I talk to you as well. Oh, God. You would not have thought that I've been a YouTuber for like 3-ish years. So, yes, last year, my progress. Let's get back on track, is it? Oh, chest. Yes, so I dropped 25 pounds last year. I followed my group coaching at the start of the year. I joined in with that and I dropped, I think it was like 7 to 8 pounds, roughly, for January. Okay, let's try that again, shall we? Ironically, that was Amazon delivering Maya's treats, so she knew. So yes, at the start of the year, joined in on my Habit Reset 6-week program. Dropped roughly 8 pounds, I think it was like 7.5 pounds. There was then a good sort of 4-week break. I continued with my habits all the way through then until we went on holiday in May, where we travelled in the car with Maya over to France, down to Nice, and we were away for about 9 days. In that time, also celebrated my birthday. I went out, which was amazing. Got very, very drunk. So before we went to France, that second time then I dropped about 6 pounds. I'd also taken part in the second Habit Reset group coaching program. And if you're interested in joining, the priority list is happening this weekend. This is the first place to be alerted. I don't know why I'm whispering, but this is the first place that I'm announcing it. So the priority list will be open this week, which is there's something that was coming. So stay tuned. It is the best group coaching program. It is all about resetting your habits. And if you'd watched my series last year, I spoke about a lot on how my habits slipped, fell back into poor habits, shall we say, was just basically having too many takeaways. And that's kind of how, if I ever put on body fat, is how I put on body fat, is takeaways. My day-to-day meals are always, high protein, etc, etc. But takeaways tend to take me over my calories quite significantly. So yes, the habit reset, it's all about resetting your habits, going back to basics, whether you are a complete newbie and learning new habits, or whether you are a seasoned gym goer, you've worked with coaches in the past. It is a great program to just go back to basics and go back to the foundations to make sure that you're doing everything that you need to be doing to see results. It is also suitable for people who want to build muscle and get strong as well, because you have a tailored training program, support from me, check-ins, it is just amazing. Okay, back in the office, pancakes consumed, and they were delicious, and I'm just going to chat to you whilst I just set up some work in the background. So, going back to where it was. So by the time I went on holidays in May, and this was me, felt really confident in my bikini. I wasn't where I wanted to be just yet, but I felt so much better than where I was at the start of the year. And I think that's a really important thing to note, because we put a lot of emphasis on you can only be happy when you reach your goal, you can only be happy when you're size 8, 10, you weigh a certain amount, whatever, but you can be happy. Have I got pancake? Oh my God, I got pancake on my nose. Sorry about that. That's really embarrassing. Just checking into my chin. So yeah, a really important thing to note that you can be confident at all parts of the journey. For me, like being confident, of course, when I'm wearing clothes I absolutely love, that helps. But it's when I'm actually implementing and doing what I fucking should be doing, what makes me confident. So as an example, the first few weeks that I started dieting, I was lazy dieting. I was still having a takeaway, untracked, wasn't planning it in properly. I was going over my calories. So even though I was trying my hardest, I didn't feel confident because I wasn't taking my habits off to the best of my ability. Now, this past week and a half, I've been doing that. And it feels so good when you just give it your all. And that really makes me confident on my journey. So that's something to really note. When you're doing the do, that's where the confidence comes from. So we got back from our holiday and I fell into the pattern of not being thorough with my food again. Like, don't get me wrong, I was still tracking my food, I was still doing my steps, still doing my cardio, etc. But I probably spent, so we got back like the end of the first week of June. And it took me a good 5 to 6 weeks to get back into the swing of it. So I was back in maintenance for about 6 weeks. I was just finding it hard to get back into that diet mode, and that can happen, that's okay. What I should have done is set myself a structured diet break. So a diet break basically is saying, right, I'm bumping my calories up to maintenance, I'm not dieting, I'm allowing myself a bit more flexibility and freedom. That's what I should have done. And it was what I did, but I was still battling with that mindset of I should be dieting, I need to be dieting to reach my goals. So yeah, that happened. And then I think it must have been at like second week of July, or just after that. It was when the next reset started. So it was the third reset of the year. And I was like, right, doing it, getting back into being as consistent as I possibly can. And then I did that. And then I started working with a coach. I think it was at the start of September, in the run up to my photo shoot. Just take the stress away of me having to plan it all myself, basically. Taking the stress away of what I need to eat, how much I need to eat, what I need to train, how I need to train. So that worked really, really well in the lead up to my photo shoot. But yeah, so in that next reset, I dropped, I think it was about £5. So not as much as the first time. Now, of course, you're never always going to drop the same amount of weight because as you're dieting, it becomes harder because your body is smaller, so requires fewer calories. And then it's finding that sweet spot of that new deficit, basically. And then I started working with the coach in September, went on holidays again for 2 weeks, come back for 5 days, went on holidays again for another week. And then I had about 6 weeks then to push and get in the best shape of my life, as I called it last year. And I feel like I really was. I've dieted many, many times in the past, and those dieting phases have led to me stepping on stage. And it's a different type of dieting. Like, don't get me wrong, you still need to be consistent, thorough, tracking, all of that, but it's not as hardcore as stepping on stage. If I missed a cardio session, it wasn't the end of the world. So yeah, it was really nice to diet towards something that wasn't stepping on stage. Like this is twitching again. I dieted the previous year for our travels around France, which was amazing. It felt great. But the photo shoot last year was pushing it that little bit more. I feel like, can you see? We've got 9 weeks now. I think it's 9 weeks. I'm quickly going to look at my phone. 9 weeks this Friday. It could be 8 weeks this Friday. I don't know. Until we go away to France again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 weeks and 3 days until we go back to France. So the purpose of this year's diet, this 9 weeks, 3 days now, is we're going hard. So I am doing an aggressive fat loss phase. So I've reduced my calories. I will be up in my cardio. And the purpose of this, it's not a quick fix, it's to get in and get out, and then I can reverse diet, because I haven't had a structured reverse diet probably for about 2 years, because I went straight into my surgery at the back end of last year and didn't get the opportunity to properly do so. Calories went quite high quite fast. It wasn't my original intention, but through doing my research, I needed so much more food to help my recovery. So that was fine. So yeah, so things that helped me drop the 25 pounds last year. First of all, it was having structure, and that is so overlooked. Like, when you're dieting alone, it is really hard. Now, myself, I am a coach and I can diet myself. Like, depending on the circumstances, I'll either work with a coach or I'll join in on my coaching program. So that always really, really helps me. At the moment, these next 9 weeks, I will be dieting by myself, although I'm very much actively involved in my group WhatsApp chats and sharing what I'm doing with my clients. So that really helps me stay accountable as well as doing the YouTube channel. So having a structure, accountability, being part of a group setting will really help you, because on those low days, you can jump into that group, you can speak to your coach and, tell them how you're feeling. They can give you a kick up the ass. If they're a great coach like me, if you're considering coaching, please drop me a message, because I am literally the best coach. I leave no stone unturned for my clients, and I literally just go above and beyond because I care so much, and I know how shitty it feels to feel so shitty and just lost in your body, in your mind, and just not knowing who you are. So I get it. Like, I get what it takes to have a big transformation. A couple of years ago, I had hip surgery and I gained, I was just over 3 stone, and it shot me up to like 11.5 stone. And at the time, like, that's huge for me, because I don't mean huge, but yes, I was big. It was huge in the sense of, like, I'm a small person, so that extra fat was a lot on me. So for me to diet down and to drop that weight, and at that time I'd gained 52 pounds, so it was a lot, but I did it. So I know how hard it is to drop body fat, and that's why I'm so passionate about all my coaching programs, because, like, I just want it to be the safest and the best place possible and the most supportive place for my clients. So get yourself a community, get structure. So get yourself a training program. Having a training plan will stop you kind of walking into that gym and just, floating around aimlessly, not knowing what to do. You're not progressing, you're not, focusing on lifting heavier, so you're not changing your shape. It just makes things so much easier. So that's something I would do. Get yourself a structured nutrition program. Again, it's all structure at the end of the day, but your nutrition. Make sure you are eating in a calorie deficit, of course, if that was your goal. But make sure it's sustainable. So like I did last year, make it sustainable, because I was able to go out on all these events, have all these meals out, takeaways, 3 holidays for Christ's sake, and still drop body fat. So having something that is enjoyable, learn how to incorporate all of your favorite foods, because without doing that, all you're doing is cutting everything out, and then you'll just end up regaining the weight once you've lost it. Because even right now, I'm doing my deficit a bit more aggressive. I'm still having things that I want. I'm still having crisps. I'm still having a takeaway this weekend. I'm still gonna have my birthday in April, and we've got lots of other events planned as well. So don't cut out those things. They're very, very important. Fill your plate with volume food, okay? This is another point. So volume food is things like veggies, fruit, going for whole grain food, because the more natural your food is, the lower calories it's going to be. The more processed your food is, the higher calories it's going to be, which will mean if you're filling out your calories every single day with lots of chocolate, lots of sweets, lots of cakes, etc., you're not actually going to leave room for food that is going to keep you full, which is going to be harder to stick to your calories, and then you'll end up binging. So think about adding in things like lettuce, spinach, things like cucumber, celery, courgette, mushrooms, all of these foods, all the ground foods, food that comes from the ground, picked from the trees, whatever. Make it as colourful as possible, because there's going to be very little calories in that type of food, but it's going to look very voluminous, so a lot of it on your plate, so it feels like you're eating more. And plus, those things are full of fibre, so they take longer to digest, so it keeps us fuller for longer, because your body's having to work harder. Other things then is things like protein. So another thing to make sure you're having enough of: protein, things like chicken or meats, vegan substitutes, yogurt, eggs, that sort of thing. These foods are high in protein. Our body's made of protein. Our hair is made of protein. Our skin, our bones, our muscles. So the more protein that we have, the more replenished we will be. So when we train in the gym, we break down muscle. So what happens is we have these little micro tears in our muscle. For your muscle to grow and effectively look toned after you drop that body fat, we want to repair that muscle, and we repair it through having enough protein. So every woman, highly recommend having over 100 grams of protein a day. Protein also takes longer to digest, so it means we are fuller for longer. Again, always a win-win bonus. And protein is actually really hard for the body to digest. The body's working harder, so what that means, you're burning more calories by eating protein. So it's a win-win. So suggest to have anywhere between 20 to 30 grams of protein per main meal. You don't necessarily need to have protein snacks. This is where I find people tend to go wrong. They focus more on protein snacks and protein meals. Fill out your meals with protein. Vegetables also have protein. Noodles have protein. Most types of food has protein. Of course, your meats or your vegan substitutes are going to be the highest form of protein, and then complement that with like your veg, like broccoli or green beans, etc. And what else would there be? You've covered quite a lot there. Other things which you probably don't really pay attention to, but your sleep, so important. If our sleep isn't on point, so you're getting shitty sleep, broken sleep, not enough sleep, you're going to be tired the next day. And when we sleep, our body's hormones called leptin and ghrelin reset themselves, which means when they're balanced, our fullness level and our satiety level is in a good place, basically. When we have shitty sleep, or previously all the above, what happens is our hunger craving will go through the roof, and we're also less satiated, so we're constantly thinking about food. So really important that we get sleep nailed in a fat loss phase. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else. Okay, thought of a few more. Oh, look at my biceps. So one of my goals, again, if you don't follow me on Instagram, why the heck not? Well, why the heck not Instagram? Here. One of my goals this year now is to get bigger biceps. I just want them to be more conditioned. I've lost so much muscle, guys. It's actually really sad, and this is why my shape has changed, because I have lost muscle. So yeah, really, really sad. I'm just currently looking at one of my clients' check-ins. They are smashing it. So this lady, going a little bit off track here, this lady, and this is just showing you the power of accountability. She's done my group coaching program quite a few times, and she is now working with me one-to-one. So she started last year at 95 kg, and she is currently 79 kg. So 95 minus 79, so she's 16 kg down. So she's done, I think, 2 or 3 group coaching programs where she is absolutely smashed it. And then she's been working with me since Christmas as part of one-to-one. So she's currently down 35 pounds. So insane. So she spent some time by herself after the group coaching, felt like she needed a bit more accountability. So then she joined me for my one-to-one coaching. So yeah, she's slaying it. Anyway, going back to my goals. So my goals, I want my arms to be toned again. I want to get my abs popping for France. I want my legs to be bigger. I just want bigger quads. I feel my legs are very straight. And since the surgery, I've lost a lot of muscle on my legs. Arms, legs, tummy. What else was there? Bum. How can I forget? I want to build a shelf bum. Please, glute gods. Want to build nice, juicy, plumpy ass. Derriere. So those are my goals for 2025. So yes, aesthetic based, still have my goals of doing pull-ups. Want to be able to get up to 10 by the end of the year. That was my goal last year, but obviously I was battling my disc degenerate disease. Managed to get 3 pull-ups by the end of the year, but this year we're going to aim for 10. Side note, that was that. So calorie cycling, another thing to focus on when you're in a dieting phase. Calorie cycling helps because it means you can have lower days. So what I'm doing at the moment is I'm having 5 lower days, and then I'm having 2 high days on the weekend. So it allows me to have more food on the weekend, where Shay and I will naturally either go out for food or, you know, whatever. So calorie cycling really helps because it just means that you can still have a balanced lifestyle, you can still incorporate all the fun things in life without having to mess up on the weekend, shall we say. So yeah, those are kind of the key things that I would focus on. And just to recap, is having accountability, get yourself a coach is the best thing. And you don't have to be with a coach for life, that's not the purpose. Having a coach is to help you reach your goal and learn how to maintain your results. And that's where people go wrong, because fat loss is the easy part, it's maintaining your results, which is the hard part. So learn from a coach. Drop the body fat, build muscle, learn those habits, and then learn how to maintain it. You know, you can finish with that coach once you get to a place where you're balanced and you're maintaining your body fat percentage. You might want to go back to them then a few months later or a year down the line, because you have bigger goals of building more muscle or a photo shoot or whatever. But invest in that time, because let's face it, girls, we spend how much on Botox, how much on nights out, takeaways, just like we spend so much shit on invaluable stuff that doesn't actually add to our life in the grand scheme of things. Like working with a coach, and me for instance, you can work with me anywhere from sort of like $74.99 all the way up to sort of like my higher priced coaching packages of $175 a month, $225 a month. So, you know, there's ways to reach your goals without having to spend £300-400 a month, which I know some coaches charge. So yeah, get yourself accountability, get yourself a coach, get me in your life. I will change your life, I promise you. Training plan, nutrition plan. I'll put all this on the screen as a reminder as well. Volume foods, protein, calorie cycling. Those are kind of like my top things. And of course, there's stuff like mindset, which I think is a different YouTube entirely, the type of mindset you need for fat loss. But yeah, I hope that's helped. I'm probably just going to document a little bit more of today, and then I'm going to get this uploaded. Look at me being very timely with my YouTubes. I'll tell you what the biggest thing has been. We've changed our broadband, and I know this might sound so silly, but it's easier for me to do my YouTubes now because our past broadband, the upload speed was so slow. Like it would take 24 hours to upload all of my footage, that I could only upload like 1 or 2 pieces of footage at a time, because if I uploaded a video which was 5 minutes, I kid you not, it would take an hour to upload, and it was soul destroying. Our new broadband allows me to kind of upload my footage, everything, within like 30 minutes. It is a game changer. So I'm going to crack on with my clients check-ins. What else am I doing today? I want to have a shower, I'm going to curl my hair. Also want to dye my hair as well. Actually, I could do that, I don't know. Just going to box dye it. I also need to plan my content for the next 2 weeks for my Instagram, and I've got a client webinar this evening, and we are covering, I'll let the ladies vote in the group chat. We are covering today how to maintain your results without falling back into old habits. A really great webinar. So monthly I do a webinar with my ladies covering a different topic, a different learning point, just to help them embed their habits, their goals, etc, etc. So I'm going to crack on with doing that, and I'll catch up with you shortly. Okay, it is a couple of hours later. Have had a shower, believe it or not. Couldn't be bothered to curl my hair. My hair is growing so much, so I am going to grow it just a little bit longer. Shay does prefer me with longer hair, but hey ho. I'm going to grow it maybe like to here, maybe, I don't know, we'll see. Trying to grow my fringe out again, but it's a struggle. So client call is in 40 minutes. I'm just having a little cup of tea. I'm prepping for that, and just want to wrap up the vlog here. Did my check-in video on Sunday. Put the photos here. I'm not like excited about these photos. Now don't get me wrong, in comparison to where I was last year, 100% over the moon. It's just so frustrating like how much my shape has changed since my surgery, and I know I just need to get over that and suck it up and just accept it is what it is, basically. So I'm going to be taking my progress photos once a week. I'm going to be doing my measurements once a week, doing my weight daily. Another key thing, because you can take the average of your weight over the course of the week. Now, of course, we don't want to run on the scales as our only form of tracking our progress. That's why I'm taking my photos, my measurements. I'm also tracking how my clothes fit as well. Super important. But yeah, photos on Sunday, I was just like, oh, just felt so disheartened by where I was. But it is what it is. Just gotta suck it up. So rest of the week, tomorrow heading into Cardiff to do some filming, which is exciting for the launch of the group coaching. So I've just dropped like something's coming on Instagram. We have family coming over on Friday. We're having a takeaway, not sure what, maybe like a Wagamama's or something. So I'll be able to track that nice and easily. And then got food on Saturday. That's a Nando's again. I'll be able to track that nice and easily. And that's it really. It's just going to be a tick my boxes, rinse and repeat week. 9 weeks till holidays on Friday. I'm literally, I don't know if you can see. Oh, I'm about to sneeze. I'm currently got a Google Maps up. I'm looking at the route that we're taking. So we're starting in the north of France. So coming over on the shuttle, Le Shuttle on the train with Maya, and then it's like a 45 minutes. I'm gonna see if I can try and show you. I'm just gonna flip the camera around. It's like a 45 minute journey down then to, let me just stand my camera up. Okay, so there's my screen. So basically, we come over on the shuttle here, and then we're going to drive 45 minutes, I think it's to here, which is called Boulogne-sur-Mer, I think. That's just going to be an overnight stay, because we would have travelled 4.5 hours roughly, with stopping maybe 5 hours to Folkestone, and then, which is where the shuttle is, and then 30 minutes on the train to get to Cali, and then it's kind of like a 45-minute drive to that first stop, just to kind of rest our heads and get a night's sleep. And then we're coming all the way down here to Le Havre, which is where, is it there? I don't know. It's basically the place where Castle. Oh, can't remember what it's called. Castle. That place. So I don't know if you know Mont Saint Michael. So I'm going to put that in. Mont Saint Michael. Mont Saint Michael. Just updating that journey, which is here. So we're probably going to spend 1 or 2 nights there, and then we're coming over to Crozon, which is here. I'm going to add that destination. Crozon. So apparently these beaches in Crozon are apparently like Devon, Cornwall, just really picturesque beaches. If you've got a chance to like have a little Google. And then we are driving down to La Rochelle, which is a hell of a journey down, as you can see. Hell of a journey. I don't know whether we'll stop in Nantes en route, I don't know. But La Rochelle, I'll show you how long the journey will take now in total. After La Rochelle, I want to go to the sand dunes. It's the biggest sand dunes in Europe. Dune of Pilat, which is a little bit further down. And then after there, I want to go to this area here, which is just above Spain. Biarritz, I think it's called Biar. And then it's a 45-minute journey from there. I hope this is not too boring for you as well. From there to San Sebastian. And then from San Sebastian, we'll go over to Bilbao and then Santander. But basically, that is the route. So 428 hours if we walked it, but we are not walking it. 23 hours driving in the car, and of course that's driving non-stop, which we're not. So yeah, that is the route that we're taking when we go in May. Very, very exciting. We're going away for just over 2 weeks. Can't freaking wait. So really excited to have like a goal to work towards, but I'm just so excited as well to reverse diet and maintain and enjoy food more, enjoy social occasions more, because of course when you are dieting you do have to plan more thoroughly, you do have to compromise and make sacrifices and make swaps, etc. So excited for that. I'm tired. So I'm going to end the vlog here. Another sit down chit chatty one. I'm going to have to bring you along somewhere. But that's the thing. I don't do anything. I don't go anywhere. My life is very much work, gym, rehab, walk Maya, more walks on the weekend, repeat, and then travel as much as I can throughout the year. Don't tend to go out that often. Just don't. Maybe I should start. I started acting, which I told you about, so that happens on a Monday. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this episode of, you know, just talking you through how I dropped the 25 pounds last year, where I am at the moment. So now I've got faster broadband, I can get these vlogs out a lot more frequently. Maybe, just maybe, there might be more than one episode a week. Who freaking knows? But if you have any suggestions on what you'd like me to document, whether it's my workouts, full day of eating, I don't know, try on hauls, whatever, let me know. I am an open book and will film anything. Not everything. but most things. So if you're new here, give me a subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and drop a comment below and let me know how you are, what do you want to see next, and let me know where you're watching this from as well. Thank you, and see you in the next vlog.